Hello everybody, how are you doing? Just setting up my camera here. This is Miss Bar Zone and welcome to the Bar Zone. And today, my subject is, I have some notes here. My objective is to seek the truth and seek justice. Seek the credibility of either Tom, the best friend of Defilipis, either the best friend of Defilipis or Mike Jagger or Jabber or both. Credibility is key to the case. And we need to know who the three black men were. I mean, they both say there's three black men. Alright? So, I first want to start out by talking about a poker game. Okay, in a poker game that was set up by Mike Jabber, the boxer. And I want to talk about the poker game example, Tom, the person in questioning who's running, that was with Mike Defilipis Jr., the murder victim, up until the moment that he disappeared. That he was killed. And he has a lot of suspecting things that he has said in Facebook to the family that are questionable. But that leaves us the only credible witness left to talk to, of course, is Mike Jabber. He's the last man standing. And I want to go over one part that I was questioning before, and I want to make something clear. And it's something that Tom had said right in the end. He was right here in the beginning. When it's saying that it was 6 a.m. when he got home, when they both got home after going to the casino and making their rounds together during the week. This is only Tom and Mike Defilipis. Okay, he was afraid. There was a trailer in front of the house that was blocking a business. And when I got it right there, it skips to when I got the terrible news. I was in massive shock because of the robbery at the poker game that Mike Defilipis and him frequented. Well, the thing is that how would that have worked? How would he have received the news? Wouldn't the cops would have called him directly? Why would he get that news from Mike Jabber? And of course Mike Jabber denies it. Maybe at that point he's telling the truth. I don't know. Why would he call him up? Mike Jabber claims that he didn't even hardly know Tom. You see. So, and that was the 23rd of 9 p.m. Shortly before that, on December 17th, there was a rat and wreath put on Tom's doorstep. Okay, and then there's something else that was in question that we were coming up in. There was an argument with Mike Jabber and with myself. What it was, I don't think it was that Tom meant that he would, that Defilipis started bringing a gun to the poker game. I think it was that he was bringing a gun with him on the night, actually, the 23rd, that Mike was about dead on the 24th on the night before. Maybe they established an alibi just for the current somewhere else, okay? People in Chicago. Okay? Just trying to find out. Here's what Tom says, wait, what's it called? Let me see if I can find it here. Okay, he said, they both say that they were the one that turned the poker game robberies in, and I just can't understand that. Alright, and then, okay. Mike was starting his own poker game, and he wanted to, meaning Defilipis, of course, he wanted to talk to Mike Jabber. Why would he have to talk to him about the poker game? Like he's trying to throw the offense somewhere else. I have no clue what the deal was, but I had a dead rat and wreath put on my doorstep, and a funeral wreath put outside of my house. I had told everyone of my concern, and Jabber had called me the night before, and they told me, okay, so why would Jabber, see, whoever gets this, I'm circulating this, ask Jabber if he called me the night before to tell him. How was he told to Jabber? How did Mike Jabber end up at the funeral? He told me he went to the funeral. Okay? And I'm thinking there's a big thing in here here where we're saying that, okay, I was the one that, this is Tom saying that I was one of the last people to see him alive, meaning Defilipis, and it was a really scary thing. And I was wary of everyone around the poker game because Mike was starting a poker game, and he was armed with a gun the last night we hung out because he was on edge apparently about the robbery, and info was coming out on who set up the robbery, etc. So I want to clarify something. There was an argument between me and Mike Defilipis, okay, I didn't mean to go out of focus, but about Mike Defilipis bringing a gun to the poker game, and Jabber's arguing back, saying stuff like, I can't see Mike Defilipis holding up a poker game. God knows why he said that and got that out of that, the idiot. But that's what I'm clearing up. Tom was saying that Defilipis was bringing a gun with him in lieu of the poker game that happened perhaps sometime before the 17th. So I want to go ahead and clear that up. The other thing that I want to come forward and say is I have confirmation now since my last video. It's about my fourth one now. My last video is I have confirmation on Pete Scofis. Pete Scofis, this confirmation came from the best friend of Tony Catalano. Okay? Tony Catalano is a missing person. He has been missing since March 24th, 2009, also the same year. And there's speculation whether the two are one story depends on the next, or are they both the same murderer. And I will tell you one thing. I have confirmation of somebody from Des Plaines that, Pete Scofis is from Des Plaines and circulates in the Elmo Park area, and he got in trouble with Bartucci. So the name has come up. The question is, we need to find out if Mike Jabber is a credible witness. It's very important to find that out. Because if you think about it, Mike Jabber is a credible witness on both the Mike Defilipis case and the Tony Catalano missing person case. And here's why. Mike Jabber says that Bartucci was circulated downtown. He worked at the Pro Bar. Well, Tony DeMonte, some of the people have come forward, talked to the cops about Tony DeMonte. The name has come up. I talked to Detective John Fuller, and he told me himself on the phone, he told me that the name Tony DeMonte came up early in the case. And as far as I know, the DeMonte family and the Catalano family, whatever, that they tricked them to go down there, they forced them to go down there, they went down there, and then there was a threat after that to one of the members of the Catalano. It was about me that we were both dead. It was supposed to have been from Tony DeMonte. If we look at the veggie newspapers of the Daily Herald, it says that Tony DeMonte and his friends around him were caught selling ecstasy in the Crowbar. And although Mike Jabber says to me, when I first met him, he never heard of the Defilipis case, which makes no sense to me, because it's like when you look it up online, the soldiers, that story from Joe Bosco, soldiers of Giacchino. And I know Giacchino circulated in the area, but he did it with all the kids in Elmo Park, just everywhere. So, he's there, but you got to understand that the pills were circulated through the mail, and Scofis was in Bloomingdale, through addresses through Tony DeMonte and his said friends during that case when he was busted with the ecstasy ring that he pled guilty for. Well, that was circulated through the mail, not through Giacchino. There was two sources. So, if you think about it, if we have a credible witness, which we're looking for, truth and justice, with credible witness with Mike Jabber, the boxer, hopefully he could help us solve both cases. Okay, so Bartucci was supposed to, when the story was handed out to me, that he was supposed to come forward with what he knows he's gotten himself in trouble, to help himself get out of trouble. Scofis was busted with him. Well, I saw Pete Scofis here's how this went down. Boom, I saw Pete in Home Depot, 2009, the end of summer. It was August, just before the first week in September 2009. I now it's confirmed to me that, yes, they were best friends with Pete Scopely. Okay? So we do have that connection there. Okay, and then, boom, after that I saw Mike Defilipis Jr., who was just standing there looking at me. But I lived across the street from his house, so I didn't really understand it and really put together. And Scopely was all dirty and everything, but I didn't think anything of it. But then I saw Nick Retta, all within a week and a half, within that same time. I saw Nick Retta, and he was hiding. He was wearing this weird outfit, his Italian jacket and his golfing hat. So the thing is that, like Italian Dago, I don't know what they call him, whatever, Scoot Town or whatever, and I've pictures of him in that hat. The thing is that, it's all circular around the area. But one of the main points that I want to make, Nick Retta might be connected to a black guy. Now let's go over, we need to find out if the black men were real. Again, we need to find out, because Tom and Mike Jabber both confirmed that 3 black men had, by gunpoint, almost robbed the poker game, which is in the poker house by Mike Jabber's house. Okay. The thing is that if they're real, I will tell you something. I'm able to look up hits and IP addresses, and I get a lot over the last few years, all the time, from Bellwood. Just what if Mike Jabber is telling the truth? We need to know if he's a credible witness. That's really important to seek justice in both the Catalano case and the Defilipis case. He says that there was a black girl at the poker game. To me, it makes no sense. It's over the blue moon that would exist to me. But people are young, you don't know. To me, it doesn't make sense why she'd be there and why he doesn't know anything more about her and never did. Is there a black girl? She didn't go to her funeral, didn't know her name. Tom never talks about a black girl, never really talks about black people other than the 3 black men that almost got in. That both of them said verbatim the same words. So I was the one that turned the 3 black men in. There's black men. If you look online and you go to boxing for Mike Jabber and see some of his boxing events where he knocks somebody out in 31 seconds, he's in rare form, isn't he? That was 2008. He's capable, isn't he? That's what I mean. Did they set him up? Did they work together? Is this a confession from Tom that it was 2010 that he set this this Facebook message, and then changed it and said he regretted coming forward? We have no proof that either one. They both say they talked to the cops, but Jerry might have only been talking about. He might have only been talking about poker game robbery. He's convinced that in order to convince me, and he's adamant about, I talked to them. Just it's public. It's public. The thing is that there's nobody to talk to. He refuses to give me the detectives' names that he turned in. These poker game robbers who happened to go down there. Wouldn't you call 911 first? There's weird things, but maybe he's just an odd guy. We do need him as a credible witness on both cases. Okay, and then as far as Nick Retta, from what I was told, his name is Sim Savvy. He comes in there, and some of my YouTubes on Nick Retta, and he's telling me that he had it checked out, and he told me that Nick Retta would buy his drugs off a black man on a street corner. Okay, and I'm like, yeah, that's true. I don't know if it's true. He's saying it. And the thing is that there we got a black man coming in. Maybe there is somebody from Bellwood. Maybe there's somebody that comes in on this that we don't know about. I saw a psychic once, or I talked to her on the phone, and psychics told me one time was when the first was at Anthony Catalano was he got in a car with a black man, still partying, and he never came back, and his body could be found, and he was car locked. So, every so often, when I was a kid, my cousin got me in trouble because he was throwing eggs on my neighbor's house. And I wasn't around, but I got in trouble and I got hit by a stick anyway with him. And he told my aunt, he said that he got hit, it was 3 black boys, not black boys, it was 3 white guys, whatever, 3 guys with real shiny shirts. So it's like, I'm just comparing it to a childhood event that I got hit before, something that I didn't do. I did not throw those eggs, okay, at a neighbor's house, which was my best friend's house. Why would I do that when I was down the block from, anyway, going off the side there. Point is that, are we supposed to blame the black people, or are they real? Who is Nick Retta's drug dealer? Okay? So we want truth and justice, and we want to know who some of these people are. And I'm just going to read this to you one more time about what Mike Jabber, the boxer, has said. He's saying, definitely a bad hood, and yes, they were colored. They could have just seen people always walking in and out, or someone at the game could have easily tipped them off, but didn't get in, and they were arrested. I was the one to go to the police station and file the report to press charges. So anyone who says I had anything to do with it is full of shit. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is that he's really on the defense about that. And the thing is that there's no proof that he did. You know, okay, what if it did happen? But what did the cops actually say to him about the homicide? Wasn't he in Defilipis' phone? You know, we've got somebody trying to place him in a conversation on the 23rd. Okay, so why are they placing him? We got Tom trying to place him on 23rd when on the obituary online for Mike Defilipis Jr. it says 24th. And then the homicide team needs time. Well, the police procedure is they need time to process the scene. And wouldn't it be a day or two after that before they really start calling people? And wouldn't they call Tom directly? You see what I'm saying? So Tom's on the run. We don't even know if Tom is real. Tom could be Mike Jabber. So what I want to do one more time is it, I got my color pictures here, lipstick colors, whatever. Is it color? Is it color oriented to try and blame the black boy? Or is there somebody coming from Bellwood? Okay? Again, I'm going to read this to you. My objective is to seek the truth and seek justice. As for the credibility of both Tom and Mike Jabber, and credibility in this case, both the Anthony Catalano case, and that's the missing person Anthony Catalano case, and the Michael Defilipis Jr. murder case. And my credibility, finding the credibility of these two characters is the key to every case, to both cases especially. And we need to know who these black men were. Where were they really come in? All right. Thank you. This is whoever is in the nightclub area. Tell me about the Crowbar, because Tony DeMonte. Go to the Daily Herald Veggie. Man pleads guilty. As far as I know, they got a skinny Tony DeMonte and then they got a fat one. So as far as I know, they just got a skinny one. So, as far as I know, the pills might not come from Giacchino. They could have come from, guess where? Where did they say? Schaumburg. They could have come through mail, through Park Ridge, through Chicago, and all mail. Okay, through mail order. So, let me know whatever you could find out about the Crowbar, because in that article it says that he was selling at the Crowbar, which is another nightclub down there. We need to prove whether Mike Jabber is a credible witness or not. This is very important. We need to go to the state's attorney with all this. Well, the more witnesses I have come forward, the better. Thank you. This is the Bar Zone.